We were gonna go with like soft drink, but it just didn't have the same ring to it.
Hi, I'm Luke.
Oh, and I'm James. Yeah.
We just come off Hungry Ghost, and we definitely didn't expect that album to become as popular as it had become. So it was the first time actually writing a record and recording a record where we actually had these kind of people like knocking on the door, desperate for music and kind of ready to judge it and tear it apart. And so there's definitely a lot more pressure. There was a pub I used to go to with all people I used to work with called the Edinburgh Tavern, and it's kind of this old crappy RSL type real workers pub. Whenever I write a song, I always try and kind of like paint an image and put it somewhere, and that's where I try to put this song. But it's also kind of accepting that and being content with sometimes it's okay to just have a beer at a pub and dwell on it. There's a line in the song which is said, I'd rather play the pokies in a dead friend's game. And just coming here today, I was thinking about that line. I was like, where did I get that from? And there was actually a guy I used to drink with now and again, like only about 2 or 3 times where he came because he was a friend of my boss's. But he actually passed away because he ended up being, he tried to break a fight up and, one punch can kill. He got hit to the ground. It was really sad. But that's where he spent a lot of his time. And a lot of time playing pokies at pubs, but he's always like a really happy dude. Keep thinking maybe the song could be through his eyes because, I don't mind, I don't care, I'll be here forever. And not in some depressing way, it's just that he was happy and content. The pub was his home. That's kind of where he wanted to, not in some dark way, it's like that's where friends met, that's where they hang out, had chat. And then when you kind of put that imagery and, the story of this guy in the pub and put it with that like soda, that kind of painting this reality and this days we're all in. When I just wrote the lyrics down like 10 minutes, that's kind of all the things that jumbled together and made it happen.
Yeah, and it wasn't like an anthem in any way. Like kids have said oh, like I love it, like, you'll be here forever and stuff.
No,
look, we are, so happy with being ourselves that it was more like, no, we're not as a band. We're talking as in like separate from the band. Yeah. Our personality separate from the band is actually what will be here forever.
Yeah, forever.
Not the band. You know?
There's always something like when you do your first vocal take, the first vocal take I always try and keep because you're not thinking about it, you're not trying to perform, you're just actually trying to get something out. And something always nice can happen. So I just grabbed a mic and quickly sung the start of the song. I literally just written it. I was like, I'll try this out, I'll probably change it. The vocal take is crap. But then when we were actually recording for real and we kept trying to re-record the intro, nothing came close. Yeah, it's like sort of the same thing. Like I remember trying again and again to make this lead guitar sound. Like I was like, I don't want it to be like stadium or epic. I want it to be pared down, simple. But I still wanted to sound like cool. I still wanted to sound like not like a lead guitar. So asking the producer for an impossible request, as always. We felt like we had a great bass, but like great with all this time to experiment. But the more we experimented, the more we just kept paring it back and making it more simple.
So the first time we actually played it together, so we recorded it separately, was Viceroy live on Triple J on in Adelaide Laneway.
So I remember being backstage. I actually remember Grimes walking past. And I was like showing Tidswell, I was like, this chord, then this chord, showing him new songs before walking on Laneway in Adelaide. Because it was that much of a whirlwind.
Honestly, I think of the song and my neck just hurts from like the years of playing it and ruining my vertebrae.
I looked at Henry and he was doing this crazy thing with his hair and his neck was just going crazy. And I looked to my right and Tidswell was just going absolutely mental with his head and I could see the pain in his face. I could see this like, oh!
It just becomes to the point of like when you've played like that for 12 years, you don't know how to not play like that. If you stop headbanging, you don't even know how the song goes. And like Henry and I have always called ourselves as a joke the Bash Brothers, from Mighty Ducks. The two dudes that go out the front and then, yeah.